So science video. Hey everyone, I am Ellen and I am here today to tell you about my uveitis story. I'm going to try and split this up into little sections. So it's a bit noisy outside. I'm going to start by telling you what uveitis is to the extent of my knowledge, aka reading a description off the internet. My story, recent events that made me make this video, and then why I'm making this video. So that's how I'm going to work this video. Let's get into it. I found a website called Olivia's Vision, who are a charity who, I can't get into my laptop, who, from what I understand, are kind of a uveitis support network, and they raise money for uveitis research and nursing and doctors and getting people trained in understanding uveitis. So, without hopefully throwing too much medical jargon that I don't even understand at you, I'm going to read what uveitis is. So, uveitis means inflammation of the uvea inside the eye, which is made up of three parts: the iris, the ciliary body, and the choroid. Choroid. Another word. Uveitis can affect one or more of the three parts, and depending upon where the inflammation occurs, the uveitis is categorised into a different category. So depending on which part of the eye is infected, or you can have panuveitis, which is the whole, all three parts of the uvea being affected. So uveitis can be acute, reoccurring, or chronic, and can affect people of any age. It is a treatable condition, but if left untreated or undertreated, it can result in blindness. Illustrated by the fact that uveitis is the third leading cause of preventable blindness worldwide. In the UK, there are estimated 9,000 uveitis sufferers, 10% of whom are children. Basically, my story is I was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis when I was a baby, I think about 20 years ago. So I think maybe longer. I think I was about 18 months when I was diagnosed, maybe a little bit older. That's why I need my mum here for the actual facts. But linked to this, I was diagnosed years later with uveitis, linked to the arthritis, as far as I'm aware. That's all I've ever been told. So I was diagnosed with that afterwards. So I have had uveitis since I was 5 or 6. And I have constantly been on steroid drops or oral steroids for about 20 years. So I have tried lots of different kinds of oral steroid, lots of different doses, but nothing has gotten rid of it. It just keeps coming back. And mine is chronic, but that's not so severe. It's always just been a few cells here and there, and they've managed to keep it under control with steroid eye drops. However, recently, in the past week, I started to lose the vision in my left eye, and I had like pain that felt like bruising and like soreness on my eye, and I was kind of, to be honest, ignoring it a little bit. I was like, this is something that's going to happen. I have an eye disease, it'll go away, it'll be a few days, I'm on steroid drops anyway, it'll go. And it got to Saturday and I have basically lost all the vision in my left eye. I can cover it over and I can still see light and stuff, so I can still make out shapes, but it's basically, I can't see, ow, I can't see anything out of it besides like silhouettes of shapes and colour. So I took myself to Moorfields St George's like accident emergency clinic, and they basically told me that my uveitis had flared up quite significantly. I have been looking it up, and he said there were like 4+, it was a 4+, which means there were like 60 plus cells or something like that, whereas I was kind of come from having like 1 or 2. I then again went back on Monday after being put on a dose of hourly steroid drops and a dilating drop because my pupil got stuck, and that hopefully if I carry on doing this, they basically told me that it should calm it down, and I should get my sight back. But with this, your sight is kind of the last thing to like get back to normal. So yes, so I decided to make this video basically because when this happened to me, I didn't know a huge amount about uveitis, and I really wasn't doing my research in it, and I really wasn't, because it didn't cause me any pain and wasn't affecting me, like I couldn't feel it, I was kind of putting it on the back burner, which is something you should never do with your health, because clearly you get to this stage. This, to be honest, has made me question my treatment, question if I've been looking into it correctly, what I have, and so I went online, because that's what you do when you're sick, you Google it, which is probably stupid, but I wasn't trying to Google it to find out what was wrong with me. I know what's wrong with me. I was trying to Google it to find other people that kind of shared my story and like had been through the same thing as me, and I couldn't find anything remotely relatable. I could find articles from doctors, videos from doctors, that was a whole bunch of medical jargon that I didn't understand, and I was watching one video that I think was by a doctor who headed up an arthritis charity in America, and she said it takes one person to raise awareness. And I was sitting there thinking, I've got this YouTube channel that I'm leaving completely unused because I've lost interest in what I used to do on it, and it's kind of the perfect platform to get this all off my chest for myself and get a community or something going for people that are going through this, and kids and parents and I don't know, people that are going through similar things to me and just want to talk about it. I did find a website, I think I mentioned it earlier, called Olivia's Vision. And I'm going to link the video that, if I can, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but, or link a link to it below. But there's a video that I'm not going to play you that is on the homepage of this website that makes me cry because I don't want to play it to you. That I think is really important to watch. Just in general, really, just if you're interested in what I have or want to kind of support it at all. But basically, I don't know, my next step with this, I think I want to do an event or get involved with Olivia's Vision or do something that gets me kind of in touch with a community of people that are going through what I'm going through, and also raises awareness for this as well. I am such a strong believer in the power of social media and how important it is to us as a generation, and generations younger than myself and older than myself as well. And I think reaching out to them is one of the most important things you can do, especially when it comes to medical health and raising awareness of it. I think we saw that really clearly with the AALS Ice Bucket Challenge, which clearly went insanely viral and raised so much awareness that they found a new, I think they found a new gene that was like associated with it or something, or they did some amazing research, and that funding came from social media. And I just want to do something similar, but maybe not. I'm not expecting to perform miracles, but I want to do something, and I haven't quite decided what that is yet. But for the time being, I am going to vlog the rest of my experience with uveitis, and especially with this flare up as well, because this has been really, really hard for me, and I want to talk about it. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to leave all the links you need below. If you want to continue to be updated on my goings-ons, then hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up so it gets out there, and tweet it at everybody. Let's raise awareness of this together, because it would mean the world to me. And I will catch up with you guys soon. If you are somebody who suffers with uveitis or have a child that suffers with uveitis and just want someone to chat to or share experiences with, my email is down below and my Twitter and everything, so get at me. And I will see you guys in my next one.